Welcome back, everybody. We are here on the next episode of the pre-release guide. This time we will be covering Yellow. We will be going over each one of these cards and their viability in a limited pre-release format. We will be starting off, as always, with our level 3s. We'll be starting off with one of my favorite eggs, just Digitama, Koromon. Your turn once per turn. When you have a red or yellow tamer become suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 1,000 DP for the turn. Again, pretty specific. Requires you to have like a red or yellow tamer that needs that, and then have it suspend via its effect. So that's kind of restrictive, but it's an egg, so you'll run it if you can, just to get the free draw and the Digivolve and the raising. Pillowmon is a 2 to play 4K Digivolves for 1 and raising vanilla. I would probably run this just because it plays for 2. This is a great way to start your turn, like Digivolve a rookie and raising, and then pass your opponent 2 with a 4K. Those have always been tried and true in limited formats. This will never see play in like a standard format, but in a limited format with limited card pool, this is definitely a card you're going to want to look at just to pass turn with. Ikakimon, it has the Digivolve 0, but that doesn't matter because it Digivolves from 0 from any color anyway in limited. When attacking, if the Digimon has save in its card text, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. And as we saw with our red stuff, there are cards with save in red, so you could potentially minus 2,000 DP and then utilize some of the effects with like the DP threshold deletions. Like a lot of those have delete a 4K, whereas now with if you in tandem with this effect, you can delete a 6K. So definitely a card like one of the, you set it off into the we'll use it if we get support pile, but definitely a contender if you pull a lot of the cross hearts save mechanics. Next, we have Possummon. Digivolves for 2 from a level 3. But doesn't that this text is not non-necessary because they in this format it digivolves any color. On play and when digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards. You may play one Iru Sasaki, Ren Tabari, or Ryoma Megami from among them without paying its memory cost. Place the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order, and then on deletion save, then place one of your Digimon with save in its card text from any one of your tamers. And then when attacking, once per turn, if this Digimon has save in its card text. Okay, so it has the same inheritable as the Ikakimon, and then this one can reveal the top 3 and find a tamer, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I would probably run the Pencil Man because he plays for 3 and he digivolves for 0. He has lower power than this guy, but like this on play, you're probably like the on deletion is okay. Um, like it's all right. uh, and it being a level 4, and so like you could digivolve this on top of this. Um, but like I don't know. Like this seems this like the on play for 5 you're probably not gonna want to do, and then digivolving for 2 with it being out on the field, like is again anytime where it's searching for specific cards in a limited format like this, you're probably just gonna be revealing 3 and bot decking 3. So I tend to avoid. I would tend to recommend avoiding these cards just because it's just gonna bottom deck resources you might potentially need. Next up, we have Gokumon. Phenomenal name. Digivolves for 3 from level 4. Doesn't matter because it always digivolves for 3 in level 4 in this format. And when you would play this card from your hand, if your opponent has a Digimon with security attack, uh, this just means if it has a security attack modifier, be it plus or minus, reduces Digivolution cost, Digimon's on play cost by 3. Good lord. Um, really, really good because if your opponent hits you with like a sec -1 on one of your rookies, you can play this guy for 3 and get a 6K level 5, which is insane. So this is a card I would definitely be looking to use just because the value you can potentially get from it is phenomenal. And then when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn as an inheritable. So if this is your level 5 that you digivolve your Mega into, you can consistently prevent one of your opponent's threats from touching your security, which is awesome. So yeah, this is definitely a level 5 I would be looking to run. Just realized there's only one level 4 in the yellow color, which is interesting. We will now be moving on to the next of our level 5s, Sagomon. Um, when you would play this card from your hand, if your opponent has a Digimon security attack modifier, reduces by 3, so you can play this one for 4, and it is 1,000 DP stronger than the Gokumon, so they kind of have the same effect. And then they have the exact same effect of when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn. So these two have the exact same effect. If you can run one, you can run the other. I would if like it was a toss up between this one and this one, I would run this one just because it has a higher DP threshold. Because the odds that you play it for its reduced cost is it's not going to happen, but that's an ideal scenario. So like just basing it off of the DP and the fact that they did you all for the exact same, I would value this one over this one. But both really good level fives. Next up is Cho Hakaimon. When Digivolving, for every 2 Digivolution cards this Digimon has, activate the following effect. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for the turn. So it's a level 5, so it's going to have, probably a 4 and a 3, unless you do some, like, Digicross or, like, hybrid Digivolving on top of each other's shenanigans. So it's basically just when Digivolving gives something minus 3000 DP for the turn, which isn't terrible. And then your turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping its DP to 0, draw a card. So if you delete a rookie, you can draw a card. Phenomenal. Really, really good. So yeah, you like Digivolve into this guy for 3, delete a rookie, draw a card, and then it has the inheritable. If this Digimon has save in its card text, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. That's going to require you to have a level 6 with save, which is probably going to be a little bit harder to hunt down. So I like this inheritable. You're probably not going to be able to take advantage of, but the top part of this effect is extremely useful. So all 3 of these level 5s are actually useful in their own right. These 2 are a little bit more useful leading into your Mega, being able to kind of like stave off aggression. But this one gives you card advantage, allowing you to replace itself when it digivolves, via the normal mechanics, and then delete something and delete a rookie potentially and draw a card is insane. So this is probably the best level 5 we've seen. Not what we've seen. Omni Shopmon is definitely the best, but out of the color yellow, this is the best one. We move on to the first and only level 6 in yellow, Lampmon. When Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn. So you Digivolve for 3, you stave off an aggression from a Digimon. So this is great. Great. It's not necessarily like going to win you a game, but it can be a band-aid if you need an extra turn. And then for each of your opponent's Digimon with security attack -1, this Digimon gains security attack +1. So if you have this guy, if your opponent has multiple Digimon out, and you have this guy, and you Digivolved him on top of either Gokumon or Sagomon, he can be a security attack +2, since you gave 2 things security attack -1. So that can be an insane swing, being able to check 3 cards with an 11k and stop 2 of your opponent's Digimon from cracking back into your security. Really, really good Mega. And it Digivolves for 3, which is awesome. The DP is 11k, so like there is the chance that you could hit a sizable Mega in security, but I'd say you're pretty safe. And then, I mean, if you have any DP boosting via the bottom end, like your 2, your 3, or your 4, you'll be pretty diesel. Next, we have Airu Suzaki. Start of your main phase by placing 1 Digimon with save and its card text from your hand under this tamer. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. And then when one of your Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with save, suspend this tamer and play. Okay, you can reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. Same thing as Taiki. Like, it doesn't give you memory. It's got a little bit more of a valued effect if you pull a bunch of stuff with save, being able that you can give something minus 2000 DP, which can potentially delete or allow you to swing over something. So I would say this is a better tamer than Taiki, but unless you pull a bunch of save stuff, just avoid this card, set it in the do not use pile. It is an uncommon, so it's not going to take up a rare slot, which is nice. We have the first and only option of yellow, Home Run Blast. If you have a tamer with Hunter in its traits in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements, which is cool, because this is so far the only option that can circumvent color restriction. Main, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4000 DP for the turn. Then if you have a Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets security attack -1 for the turn. This is meh. Eh. I don't even know if I would run this in the deck if I had like enough to set up. It's meh. So to wrap up, the egg is okay. You'll run it if you can. Prioritize the Pillowmon among level 3s just because it's a strong starter. Ikakamon, if you pull a lot of save stuff, is really good. Possummon is if you have to. Any of these level 5s can be utilized in your deck. The Chohakamon is going to probably be the best, getting you immediate value with the potential to draw 2 cards. And this level 6 is phenomenal, potentially with the ability to swing for 3 checks, but bare minimum is going to stave off some aggression from at least one of your opponent's Digimon. This tamer you're going to want to avoid unless you pull a crap ton of save mechanics, and this card is okay, but I would still avoid it. I have been Tofu, and this has been the color yellow for the next set. I'll be back next time for the color green. Have a good day, and thank you for watching.